This is Ephraim, currently leading FamilyWorth Incorporated. I just want to share a few thoughts with my friends, my colleagues, a few connections I have on social media, and whoever comes across this video. I know some of you may have been seeing a few posts, a few commentaries with regards to FamilyWorth, and really this video is just to explain, introduce, let people know what FamilyWorth is all about. Why FamilyWorth? Yes, sometimes we get tired of things springing up here and there, and sometimes you don't know which one to follow. Get a few invites these days. I don't know for you, I get quite a lot of invites to follow or like a group or a page or an organization, which is understandable. People want others to know about their product, about what they offer. So I really just want to introduce FamilyWorth, what it is, what is it all about. FamilyWorth is a non-for-profit organization, and just like the name states, family worth, family value. And really, without even going into the details, it should start raising a few questions in your mind, just like it's done on my mind for quite a while. What is the value of family? What value do you place on family? What value do I place on family? The profound thing about family narratives is that no one can get away from it. One way or the other, we all come from families. Family is our root. Family we cannot deny. Family we cannot run away from. We could deny a few things. We could run away from home. Even cases may come as serious as that, but you really cannot run away from family. Family is part of you. So it's worth having a conversation about what is the future of the family unit? How are we going as a family? Either as a family unit, the primary unit of mom, dad, and children, or even as an extended family. So this conversation about family can go all the way. So why family unit? First of all, staying on what is family unit. So it's a non-for-profit organization. It is meant to just promote and sort of provide information, facilitate conversations about preserving the value of family, the value of family to an individual, the value of family to a community, the value of family to business, because sometimes the corporate world want to think they shouldn't get involved in the narratives of family. Like I once was told, keep your family affairs at home when you come to work. And I really laughed, and I replied later on, not at that moment, to the same individual. I said, hey, I cannot keep my family at home. While I'm work, I think about family. I know I have to work, I know I have to be productive, but family is very important. Yes, I know I've mentioned the word family a lot of times. This is all about family. The video is about family, so excuse that repetition, because it is all about family. So yes, it's really just to add to the conversations, add to the effort add to the good intention of many people in this same mindset of we cannot afford the value, the integrity, the worth of the family unit to go down the drain. And sometimes it begs the question of who should really be responsible for preserving the worth. I don't want to get into the definition of family because that is a big part. But I'm just after right now, and that's what this organization is primarily all about: the worth, the value, the significance, the harmony, the future, the relevance, the intergenerational dynamics of family. And I don't know for other people, sometimes I sit down and reflect on it. I think about it a lot. Partly because I'm not going to boast here that I'm the most family man. I have my struggles, I have my challenges, but I value family. I acknowledge the importance family has meant to my life from birth to now. So I want to add to that effort to preserve that importance, to preserve that relevance, because sometimes there seems to be a narrative that is no longer relevant. I can do without my family. I can decide who my family is, and it's quite scary. Yeah, this video is not to go into details. For more details and similar narratives and conversations and posts and reflections, please, before you finish or just after watching this clip, follow us, subscribe to our different social media pages. Like I said just now, I won't blame you if you feel like, oh, another invitation to like and follow. I understand sometimes it's quite tiring, but if you think this resonates, it sort of resonates or triggers something in you that you want to find out more, you want to just question more, it's okay. We're open to questioning. Then you can take further steps to know about FamilyWorth. So yes, that is what FamilyWorth is all about. It's a non-for-profit organization. It's registered with clear boundaries. It's all its operations quite, if you like, the boundary around what we do in FamilyWorth is it's grounded, is rooted in the Christian worldview. Now, this is very important. We do recognize that there are other worldviews, and we want to give respect because at the end of the day, everybody will not think like me or like you. So we recognize that there are other worldviews, but for FamilyWorth, because of the importance and the subject matter could be open to a lot of challenges. So we have to have a point of reference. We have to have a sort of boundary. And there are other boundaries. There are other views, which is okay. But for FamilyWorth, it's a Christian biblical worldview. But like I said earlier on, we're going to be very tolerant and very accommodating of the fact, of the reality that there are other worldviews. It's very important for FamilyWorth. So yes, that is what it's all about. And really there's one particular family is family anywhere. There is no, again, we want to try not to bring the issue of race and all the tensions we've had recently about Black Lives Matters and all that's happening. Sometimes you just don't want to bring it into the family cycle because, hey, family is family. Families, there are a lot of mixed families, blended families. So hopefully we don't have to dwell on that too much when it comes to family. But there's one set of target audience that FamilyWorth really want to focus on as much as reasonably practicable, because we're not, with family, we're not going to try to discriminate. But we really feel that there's an urgency with regards to multicultural and migrant families, just because of the circumstances around that particular cohort. I am one of them. 2003, I decided, it was my decision, discussing with along with my wife and partner. We just decided, okay, we want to migrate. So not to go into the whole story of migration, here we are in the Western world. Yeah, but we have our roots. We have our family culture. We have our upbringing. We have things that we have grown up with, and you come into a different world, a different society, a different culture. While you're trying to integrate as in terms of career, in terms of just every other social, cultural aspect of life in diaspora, family is one of the big ones. And I don't want to go into the details of the kind of challenges that people of this cohort, these migrants, people that have come over, decided to live their lives on a permanent basis in another country. So just by relocation at all, it is a challenge. And people that know me also as an author, I've written a few books in that area, because I just believe we need to have the stories out there. We need to keep talking. We cannot afford to allow the elephant in the room to just be bigger and feeding off important areas of our lives, family, career. And though this particular video is all about family. So yes, we need to try and drag that elephant out as much as we can. We know that in the process, it's provocative to say, but we know that in the process there may be a few hurts, there may be a few emotions involved, but we cannot leave it as it is. We cannot continue in the status quo. We cannot just turn a blind eyes because it's too hard, because it's too difficult, because a few feathers may be ruffled, because it's just too uncertain where that will lead you if you decide to deal with some delicate issues of life. But hey, we cannot allow the elephant in the room, or the elephants in the room, to just keep feeding and getting bigger and getting obscured in the process. And that's quite significant. The fact that as big as an elephant is, it can be hidden, it can be secret. So yes, fellow families of migrant background, we need to keep working at it. We need to get better it's not altogether gloom. We're enjoying life in diaspora. There's a lot of benefits. But as you all know, with most of my books and writings, it's all about, yes, celebrate the benefits a lot. We have the best environment to live in. Life works to a great extent here. We have a government that takes care of its people. Imagine the current pandemic, to have a government that can just give you money because it's hard, it's tough for everyone. Um, Many of us cannot even boast of anything close in terms of where we're coming from. So yes, we have to keep celebrating and even much more um, the benefits of being in diaspora, of deciding to relocate and live your life in the the Western world. But at the same time, we cannot deny the challenges. It's not so much to make anyone feel bad. It is really about facilitating a balance. I've used that word much more recently, including in my books. Balance. How can we keep the balance in family? More so in multicultural families. How can we keep the balance? How can we reduce the negatives? How can we face up with the challenges courageously, with the mind of doing good? Ultimately, it's not about doing bad. So that is what, again, I could go on with this video, but it's meant to be an introduction, but it looks like I've gone ahead to really start diving into some significant subjects, if I may call it that. But it's something we need to keep talking about positively, with a mind of solution, with a mind to help, to support, especially those that may not be able to support themselves currently. So yes, FamilyWorth will have a lot of activities that's really trying to reach out to migrant families, because we believe that there is an urgent and specific need in that cohort. And sometimes, despite all the effort of government and governmental agencies, which must be acknowledged and really celebrated as well, we have very good service providers that reach out to families. But hey, you must agree with me that there are some culturally appropriate aspects or cultural barriers that they may not be able to handle, at least not in the interim, especially for new and emerging migrant communities, because many of us are just still evolving. We're trying to still find our feet, and then unfortunately, some of the issues we are talking about here will not wait for you to stand. While you're trying to keep your balance, some of them come and take you off your feet. And you can almost perceive that I'm also talking from experience. I'm not insulated myself. And the tendency is there to say, okay, who are you to do this if you are not also a champion of families? I'm going to say that I don't have a perfect family, just like any other person under the sky. But the issue of family cannot afford to wait for perfection. Like the saying goes, the enemy of the good is the perfect. So while I'm also having my own struggles, hey, I just think we need to at least facilitate conversations about it. It's very important. So yes, just talking about what FamilyWorth is all about. It's already taken more than 20 minutes, but hopefully some people that will listen to this will appreciate the significance, the urgency, the need, the intergenerational, how would I put it now, importance of just adding to the effort. So yes, I cannot boast that, of course, FamilyWorth can do all, but we can start from somewhere. We can add to the effort. So that is what it's all about. In terms of the why, I've dabbled into some of them already. Came out during talking about the worth. I really think we need to inform ourselves better. We need to validate our challenges better. We need to complement the efforts of the church, because I did mention in FamilyWorth, it's going to be based on the Christian worldview. I'm not trying to sell any go on the platform of sales here, but that is one worldview that we believe that can help. So we really want to base our point of reference, our boundaries, and we are aware that almost immediately could, because that's not our intention, could exclude a few people wanting to know, wanting to get involved, wanting to support. We appreciate that, but the issue of family and the effort and the strategy of FamilyWorth cannot be left without boundaries or points of reference. And we have chosen the Christian worldview, and we can keep having conversations about that as well. So the question comes back to why not allow the church to handle these areas? After all, that is one of the things the church should be doing, and I agree. And I'm so glad that there's quite a few churches that have been very proactive in this aspect. But when we look at the challenges we're facing, when we look at the statistics, the last time I had a look at the statistics here in Australia, almost 50% divorces in a year. And I think that was 2018. And this is remarkable. Half of those were people of migrant backgrounds. And I don't want to go into the statistics of the church. We do know that separation and divorces happen in the church. So again, those are the kind of conversation that should be had. We cannot hide behind, because it is very difficult to have. We need to, in a positive way, promote that conversation. And I've not drawn the correlation with domestic violence, whether such conversation can help. But my gut feel is that it could help when people can actually express, get involved in conversations about the struggles around the family. I think it could help. I'm not a specialist in family affairs, but I'm a family man. So I feel I have a bit of credentials there to at least facilitate conversations where necessary, FamilyWorth will also be liaising with the right specialists, the right thought leaders who can also contribute based on their expertise. So that's why FamilyWorth is come about. We just need to add to the effort. It's what a trial, it's what a test. I've always believed in testing and trying, of course, with some sense. So I can tell you right away that if it doesn't work, if it's seen as it's not fitting into a gap, it's not filling any gap, hey, we shut it down. The government can even help us to shut it down. So that's fine. But the alternative of just resting on my oars, of just having a feeling, and not going with a gut feel that I believe it's positive, it's not negative, that I feel could be helpful. I just couldn't not, sorry to use that grammar, I couldn't not do it. And thankfully, I have a few other colleagues, friends, community members that are already joining me to say, we believe this is important. So how is FamilyWorth going around? It's still evolving, but we do know that we're going to have facilitation of conversations, sharing of stories, and again, let's not shy away from sharing what could be bad, bad in quotation, because bad could lead to good. And I'm really looking forward to even those that have the best marriages, the best family, the best relationships, can actually, without being judgmental, can come on our platforms to share what they do right, in the right way. Of course, we know that no one can boast when it comes to family these days. Sometimes it's a thin line between what seems to be very good, or what is good in a real sense of it, to what could go wrong. So we just need to be open, we need to be positive, we need to stick to our boundaries, our points of references. And like you could have seen already with this, I mean, we know that it's shut down now, we're not using banners yet, but I've just brought this to show you our 3 key values, again, which are based on the Christian worldview. Everything we do, as much as possible, must be hinged in love, hope, because sometimes the world needs hope, and I believe that, even in families, and faith. Faith, big, significant word, faith. Because with faith, with this 3 in combination, no matter what seemed to have been dead, it could come alive. So I just want to end in that positive note, the note of hope. And I'm not overselling here, but if something in you, while listening to this short story from myself, which is an introduction of FamilyWorth, if something in you is saying, I think I like the feel of this, I want to know more, check us out on our various social media and website page. We're open to suggestions. Subscribe to start with, or like or follow depending on which page you're on, just to start with, and from there you can make more decisions on how far you want to go. Thank you for listening to me today, and really have a blessed day. Family is worth it. Thank you. Bye-bye.